I don't understand why people listen to the media, listen to all these big old talking heads, because they clearly have no idea what they're talking about. What's going on, YouTube? It's your main man, Boys for Life, coming at you with another video. I gave my 2 cents on what happened last night. I saw it coming a mile away. I saw the Green Bay Packers running the ball down our throats because we're not built to stop the run that way. We're just not. I don't care what you say, what the stats say. When it's time to play a team that is committed to the run the way they are, with the type of running back they have, they could give us 3 damn games, 12 quarters, and we still can't stop it. But that's neither here nor there. That was yesterday's video. Today's video is something completely different. You know, all I keep hearing from the media is it's time to get rid of Mike McCarthy. It's time to move on. You know, let's go get Bill, or not let's, but they need to go get Bill Belichick, Jim Harbaugh, you know, maybe a younger coach. And I sit here and I laugh. And the reason why I laugh, and I listen to these guys that, you know, clearly have too much on their plate, and they don't take that deep dive into the Cowboys organization the way we do, right? And it's laughable to listen to these guys and sit there and say Mike McCarthy needs to be gone, or he's on the hot seat. And it's funny that us as fans are going to sit there and say he's on the hot seat when Jerry Jones gave Jason Garrett, right, 10 years of mediocrity. 10 years, right? Including the 3-4 playoff games that we had under him, right? Now you have a coach that gives us 3 straight 12-win seasons, 2 divisional titles, right? And the only reason why we didn't get one last year was because the Eagles were unstoppable, right? Last year, everything was working in their favor. But yeah, 3 12-win seasons. Again, we're knocked out in the divisional round 2 years ago, or last year. We didn't make it past a wild card this year. We were knocked out in the wild card the previous year before that in 2021. And we're going to sit there and say it's Mike McCarthy? Mike McCarthy put Dak Prescott in a position to be an all-pro. Mike McCarthy gave Dak Prescott, started calling the plays for Dak Prescott, and he had one of the best seasons he's ever had. Media talking best I've ever seen Dak, what media was saying. To me, since I watch him all the time, it really didn't look no different. It really did not look any different than what he's played before. Just didn't have the interceptions as he did last year. Right? And it's laughable to hear these guys sit there and say, Cowboys need to move on. Cowboys are going to move on. I'll be surprised if Mike McCarthy still has his job. That's what these guys are saying. I don't understand why anyone that does YouTube, listens to anyone on YouTube, listens to these talking heads, because they have no idea what's going on with this team. Mike McCarthy is not on the hot seat. Jerry Jones will never be on the hot seat because it's his team. And he loves Dak Prescott way too much to put him on the hot seat. This is going to be an endless, it already is, an endless circle of we're going to be great in the regular season, and then we're going to be great in the regular season, right? Because we're going to beat and kill teams that we should beat, lose to a couple teams that we shouldn't lose to, and when it's time to play winning teams, the gritty teams, the teams that actually dominate year in and year out in their division, we're going to lose to. That's what the Cowboys are. This can all be fixed by paying attention to a few positions, drafting at a few positions. One is drafting not a Mozzie Smith type guy, but a bigger run stuffer. Like an Aaron Donald, like a Fletcher Cox, like a Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. Who's the big dude from Tampa? Vita Vea. Those guys, those run stuffers. Not a big but undersized defensive tackle that supposedly in Michigan could stop the run and can't even stop a nosebleed here in the NFL because he's fast. Because guess what? He's undersized for a defensive tackle. You know, we got a big guy in Jonathan Hankins. Draft another guy like that. Stuff the middle. Because guess what? Our guys get gashed in the run game. Another thing, pay attention and draft a safety. I get it. We got Donovan Wilson. We got Hooker. But the last time we've done anything of substance is when we had a Darren Woodson type guy back there. Drafted in the second round, 37th overall in 1992. Last time we did anything of substance, we had a number 1 overall draft pick quarterback with the Dallas Cowboys, Troy Aikman. What have we had since? A barrage of undrafted free agents, 6th rounders, 7th rounders, overall number 1 bust draft, past their prime, going into retirement, 1st round draft pick quarterbacks. This can be fixed very simply, but Jerry Jones is loyal to a fault. And like I said, he will never be on the hot seat unless we put the ball in the fans' court and we stop showing up to games. We stop buying the merchandise. We stop buying things, watching the games. The media stops talking about the Cowboys. That's how we put the ball in our court. That's how we make a change, by making a stand. Y'all are all, I watch these guys. I watch the YouTube Cowboy fans just in disarray and shock and all. And how could this happen? The Green Bay Packers were the 7th seed. They're not even supposed to be here. You're right. Those are the most dangerous teams. And I already knew that when we were playing the Green Bay Packers, we were going to lose. I knew right off the jump. Just like that. Just like that. Because we can't stop the run. And it's amazing to see. I'm not going to call anyone out by name, but YouTubers, big name YouTubers, in shock when we get blown out the way we did. Because I don't know what they're seeing during the year, but I know what I see during the year. Can't stop the run. When a team is committed to the run, can't stop it. We have problem with motion. And that's all they did. Motion, run. You know, you had talking heads talking about the Cowboys can get to the Super Bowl. How? Even if we got past this game and we played the Lions next week, we'd still probably have to play San Francisco. And guess what? All they do is motion. And then with Christian McCaffrey? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I'd rather lose now and be done with it than go another 2 weeks and lose in the NFC Championship game. And but the narrative will spin. They finally made it to a championship game. But I think it's time. I think it's time that Dak Prescott gets removed as the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. We'll use Trey Lance. who can run, who's young, who can throw. I had Cowboys Corner send me something, which, I mean, I knew because I look it up. I play with the numbers all the time. Post-June cut, trade, whatever you want to call it. Because you can post-June trade, post-June cut. Dropping Dak Prescott saves you 30+ million on the salary cap. And you can use that money elsewhere while playing on a Trey Lance deal. And still having Micah Parsons in that 5th-year option. Still having to sign CeeDee Lamb. There is a lot you can do. You want to keep these core guys around and get rid of the guys who have been there for the past 7-8 years, like the skill players, like the quarterback position. They just cannot get the job done. Who looks like a deer in headlights every single time there's a big game. Every single time he's in the playoffs. Looks like a deer in headlights. Has no idea what's going on. And he was right. His job needs to be up for grabs.